Hey, welcome to It's All About the Hunts. I'm Nate. Today, it's going to be a 2025 Series 1 kind of day. So, I was debating buying some. I wasn't really going to do it at first. And then, what I decided to do is just buy 9 blaster boxes of the Fanatics exclusive boxes. I thought they were really fun when I ripped the Update Series 1. So, I figured, why not try these? I was just going to buy like a jumbo box and call it a day or something like that. And I was like, it's about, somewhere around the same price, somewhere in there. And I signed up for sports betting and I got like a $50 promotion from somewhere, like referring a friend or something. So I threw that credit on there and ended up with 9 of these blasters. So I'm going to rip all 9 of these today. Well, not really today, just in this video. It's going to take me a few days to rip them all because I'll do one at a time just so I got some room for the hits. Alright, so box number 1 of these Fanatics exclusive blaster boxes. So they're a little bit pricier than the normal blaster boxes. I think they're $30 and the normal ones are $25. So on these you get like 9 packs instead of the 7 packs. So it's 108 cards. So it's going to be a lot of cards. So I'll probably only rip this, save the time for Chrome when Chrome drops later on in the year. I had more fun ripping that. So there's some Fanatics exclusive stuff that you can get in these. I don't know if it has its own insert. So in the previous one they had the teal inserts, but I don't see that on anywhere on here. It's got some spring training, but it's in all value boxes. Anyway, alright, pack number 1 of this. So we got Thairo Estrada, Tyler Phillips, Brandon Pfaadt, Clayton Kershaw, batting average AL leaders, Ralph Refsnyder, the NL RBI leaders, David Hamilton, cool. Just like last year's set, the like 1990 ones are kind of cool. So Don Mattingly in one of those. And of course, you're always getting stars of the MLB in every pack. Shohei is not a bad one to hit. Nolan Arenado with the tops. And Freddie Peralta. I like the design. That's growing on me. Couldn't decide how I was going to feel about it. I liked last year's design. Alright, pack 2, let's go. Sonny Gray, Zach DeZenzo, Seth Brown, Nick Gordon, Francisco Alvarez, Mackenzie Gore, Arizona Diamondback, Starling Marte, Ellie De La Cruz and the Future Star, stars of the MLB, Paul Skeens, another one of the tops, Michael Garcia, and Nathaniel Lowe, Taj Bradley, the Reds, Nick Lodolo, Bryson Stott, Cody Bellinger, Marcus Stroman, Jacob Wilson, Guardians, Call to the Hall, Albert Pujols, Jose Ramirez, stars of the MLB, Taylor Ward, and the Braves. Ben Rice, Andres Jimenez, Ha-Seong Kim, Bradley Blaylock, Jose Ramirez, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Carlos Rodriguez, Andrew Vaughn, Ryan Bliss, Nolan Arenado, in the stars of the MLB, Brant Herter, and Austin Riley. Charlie Blackmon, Jake Cronenworth, Brooks Baldwin, Brenton Doyle, Jake Rogers, Patrick Bailey, Aaron Judge, Nacho Alvarez Jr., awesome. The Ellie in the 1990, that's cool. With the color match and everything, I like it. Mookie Betts, stars of the MLB, Pedro Paget, and Trevor McGill. Francisco Lindor, DJ Hurst, Isaac Paredes, Anthony Volpe, River Ryan, Josh Hader, Lane Thomas, Connor Joe, Davis Schneider, Francisco Lindor, stars of the MLB, Shohei Ohtani, awesome, I'll take that on the tops for the award, and Nathan Eovaldi. So far, I think these are pretty rad. Pete Crow Armstrong, Red Sox, Spencer Steer, Brandon Marsh, Julio Rodriguez, Luis De Los Santos, Casey Mize, Lake Dunn, Manny Machado, greatest hits, Bobby Witt Jr., stars of the MLB. Sure, I'll hit most all of those out of this box. Ketel Marte, and the Yankees. Digging them so far. 2 more packs on this one, and then 8 more boxes. Let's go. Angel Martinez, John Gray, the O's, let's go O's. Eugenio Suarez, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jack Kakanowicz, Connor Wong, Michael Toglia, Xander Bogaerts, Ronald Acuna Jr. on the stars of the MLB. Got the Yankees in the tops, and Ketel Marte. So by the end of this, I'm going to have hopefully the whole set. Maybe not. Maybe missing a couple short prints or something. Freddie Freeman, Ryan Pepiot, the Red Sox, Zach Neto, Ryan Jeffers, Jake Irvin, Aaron Schunk, Kenta Maeda, Rafael Devers, the 89, Juan Soto, stars of the MLB, Nathan Eovaldi in the tops, and Shohei, the last one. Alright, filled that last slot. Here we go. Next box happening right now. In the meantime, first box thoughts. If you want to, let me know in the comments below what's your best hit out of these. I think these are going to be kind of fun, so I'm ready for next box. Let's go. All right, here we go. Box number 2. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's go. So these boxes are pretty rad. First one, pretty cool. I like the Topps foil board exclusive that comes in them. So you get one in every pack or something like that. But it actually doesn't tell you anywhere that it has little special hits in there. Exclusive to the Fanatics boxes. But on the odds sheet they are. So, which also, keep an eye out. Hangers are bangers apparently. That's what I keep hearing at least. So 9 packs. A little bit nicer than the 7 that you get in the regular $25 value box. John Gray, Baltimore Orioles, Eugenio Suarez, Freddie Freeman, Jackenzie Noel, Andrew Abbott, Paul Skeens, Evan Carter, Future Stars, Call to the Hall, Jackie Robinson. That's pretty cool. Shota Imanaga in the Stars of the MLB, which are, one in every pack. If you're here, you know that. Brian Wu on the Topps, so one in every pack, gonna have one of those. And Matt Verling, Ryan Pepiot, the Red Sox, Zach Neto, Seth Lugo, Connor Norby, Christian and Carson Strand, Kyle Schwarber, Minnesota Twins, Corbin Carroll, the Sparkles, Sand or something, Kobe Mayo, Stars of the MLB, and other Topps, Jeremy Pena, cool, and Lamont Wade Jr. Hopefully we'll hit some of the rookies in those. Lars Nootbaar, Shea Whitcomb, Eloy Jimenez, Willie Castro, Cade Povich, Dansby Swanson, Ryan O'Hearn, Trevor Larnach, the 90s Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Stars of the MLB, Justin Robleski in the Topps, and Joey Cantillo, last one. All right, cool first couple packs. Let's keep rolling. Got Chris Bassett, American League RBI, Tyler Stevenson, Zach Wheeler, Giancarlo Stanton, Kyle Harrison, Davis Schneider, the American League wins, Jorge Soler, Jordan Alvarez, Logan Gilbert, and Mauricio Dubon. Christian Mania, Will Brennan, Dylan Cease, Michael McGreevy, Ezekiel Tovar, Yu Darvish, Dylan Dinger, Jorge Soler, Reese Hines, 2024 Greatest Hits, Luis Robert Jr., and Justin Verlander on the Topps, and Luis Castillo. Paul Blackburn, Thairo Estrada, Tyler Phillips, Brandon Pfaadt, Jose Altuve, Randy Arozarena, Hunter Fiducia, Sandy Alcantara, Josh Young, Carlos Correa, Stars of the MLB. All right, there we go. Dylan Cruz on the Topps. And Tyler Gentry. Clayton Kershaw, Sonny Gray, Zach DeZenzo, Seth Brown, Jock Peterson, Vinny Pasquantino, Cubs, Gerardo Perdomo, Shohei in the 90, which is awesome. I like those 90s, and I like hitting, some of those stars. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Marco Luciano, the Topps, and Michael Bush. Nick Gordon, Taj Bradley, the Red, Nick Lodolo, Ryan Helsley, Pedro Leon, Ryan Thompson, Teoscar Hernandez, Ahmed Rosario, Corey Seager, Stars of the MLB, Tarek Skubal in the Topps, and Garrett Cole, last card. And speaking of that, last pack, here we go. Box number 2. Maybe it'll fill in the hit spots, we'll see. Bryson Stott, Ben Rice, Andres Jimenez, Ha-Seong Kim, Tommy Edman, Brandon Lowe, Rhett Lauder, Adrian Del Castillo, Call to the Hall, Nolan Ryan, awesome. Another one of those guys that I PC. Take it in the insert. James Wood in the Stars of the MLB, Jake Bloss in the Topps, and Tyler Soderstrom is the last card, Future Star. Overall, another fun box. I really dig the 90s inserts, just like I dug the 89s last year. Like, I don't know, it sucks to be back in. Some cool inserts. The Cruise in the Topps is pretty cool. On to the next box. Let's go. Box 3. Let's go. Paul Blackburn, Thairo Estrada, Tyler Phillips, Brandon Pfaadt, Randy Arozarena, Hunter Fiducia, Jock Peterson, the Guardians. One of the sand glitters of Trey Sweeney, Stars of the MLB, Nolan Arenado, Michael McGreevy in the Topps, and Brent Booker. Got Clayton Kershaw, Sonny Gray, Zach DeZenzo, Seth Brown, Vinny Pasquantino, Ryan Helsley, Andrew Vaughn, Aaron Judge, cool, Shota Imanaga in the 1990. Mookie Betts, Stars of the MLB, Dylan Cease in the Topps, and Spencer Schwellenbach. Nick Gordon, Taj Bradley, the Reds, Nick Lodolo, Pedro Leon, Ryan Thompson, Nacho Alvarez Jr., Lane Thomas, Masataka Yoshida, Francisco Lindor, Stars of the MLB, Will Brennan in the Topps, and Riley Green. Every box has like a pattern to it, right? Bryson Stott, Ben Rice, Andres Jimenez, Ha-Seong Kim, Tommy Edman, Brandon Lowe, Rhett Lauder, Connor Joe, Call to the Hall, Willie Mays, stars of the MLB, Bobby Witt Jr., Christian Mania, and Mitch Haniger. Bradley Blaylock, Charlie Blackmon, Jake Cronenworth, Brooks Baldwin, Jared Kalenic, Joey Ortiz, Jose Barreras, Blake Dunn, Michael Toglia, Ronald Acuna Jr. in the stars of the MLB, Zach Wheeler in the tops, and Yelber Diaz, Brenton Doyle, Francisco Lindor, DJ Hers, Isaac Paredes, the Mariners, Tanner Houck, Xander Bogart, Aaron Schunk. That's cool too. All right. Babe Ruth in the 90. Juan Soto, stars in the MLB, Tyler Stevenson, and Yanier Diaz. Anthony Volpe, Pete Crow Armstrong, Boston Red Sox, Spencer Steer, Jeff McNeil, Kyle Finnegan, the Yankees, Kenta Maeda, Mike Yastrzemski, Matt Chapman, stars of the MLB, and the tops for the AL RBI leaders, JP Crawford. 2 packs to go. Box number 3. Brandon Marsh, Angel Martinez, John Gray, the O's, Miguel Vargas, Alec Bohm, Drew Thorpe, Chase McDermott, Bobby Witt Jr., greatest hits. I think I've hit one of those in every box too. Aaron Judge, stars of the MLB, Chris Bassett in the tops, and Kobe Mayo. Nice Baltimore pack. Last pack, Eugenio Suarez, Freddie Freeman, Ryan Pepiot, the Red Sox, Ty France, Marco Gonzalez, Greg Jones, Jordan Alvarez, Dylan Moore, Ellie De La Cruz, stars of the MLB, Willie Castro in the tops, and Zach Eflin. Last card, and another O. All right, box 3's down, box 4, let's go. All right, here we go, box number 4 on this mega rip of these Fanatics blaster boxes. Probably have the whole base set by the time I'm done this rip. All right, here we go. Pack number 1. We got Bradley Blaylock, Charlie Blackmon, Jake Cronenworth, Brooks Baldwin, Jared Kalenic, Joey Ortiz, Jose Barreras, Joe Adell, Cole Reagan, Rafael Devers in the stars of the MLB. My first of the tops, Corbin Carroll, and Rafael Devers again. Brenton Doyle, Francisco Lindor, DJ Hers, the Mariners, Tanner Houck, Miles Mikolas, Drew Romo, Riley Green, home field advantage, cool. Tony Gwynn on the 90, Brooks Lee, stars of the MLB, Josh Naylor, and Mark Vientos. First of the home field advantages I've hit this year. Well, it's only the 4th box I've ripped this year. Isaac Paredes, Anthony Volpe, Pete Crow Armstrong, the Red Sox, Jeff McNeil, Kyle Finnegan, the Yankees, Shea Langiers, Josh Naylor. So again, getting the same thing I get all the time, I guess, in their boxes. Julio Rodriguez, stars of the MLB, Ryan Bliss, and Jordan Westburg. So what happened with the Topps Chrome I was ripping, I guess it's just how they've set it up. You get the same players on different parallels in each box, right? It's kind of interesting. Need one of those Shohei boxes. All right, Spencer Steer, Brandon Marsh, Angel Martinez, John Gray, Miguel Vargas, Alec Bohm, Drew Thorpe, Tanner Scott, Ben Rice on the greatest hits. All right, Connor Henderson, stars of the MLB. Hopefully have that whole set by the time I'm done this. We'll see. And Mitch Keller, tops, and the Padres. All right, let's go O's. Eugenio Suarez, Freddie Freeman, Ryan Pepiot, Ty France, Marco Gonzalez, Christopher Morel, the Tigers. The American League leaders, Christian Yelich, stars of the MLB, Hunter Green in the tops, and Travis d'Arnaud. Boston Red Sox, Zach Neto, Seth Lugo, Lars Nootbaar, Greg Jones, Jordan Beck, Abraham Toro, Xavier Edward, Rhett Lauder, and the 90, Dylan Cruz, stars of the MLB, Reese Hines on the tops, and Bailey Ober. Shea Whitcomb, Hilo Jimenez, Willie Castro, Chris Bassett, Jackson Merrill, Cameron Meisner, JJ Bleday, Johan Heim, the Marlins, Corbin Carroll, stars of the MLB, Ranger Suarez in the tops, and Danny Jansen. AL RBI leaders, Tyler Stevenson, Zach Wheeler, Christian Mania, Otto Lopez, Leody Taveras, the Astros, Ryan Mountcastle, Grapefruit League, Jose Altuve. I haven't hit one of those yet. Mike Trout, stars of the MLB, Corey Lee in the tops, and I got the NL batting leaders. Cool. Last pack. Here we go. Will Brennan, Dylan Cease, Michael McGreevy, Paul Blackburn, Chris Sale, Colin Ray, Kevin Galsman, Carlos Correa, Ernie Clement, Bryce Harper, stars of the MLB, Trey Sweeney on the tops, and Marcell Ozuna as that last card. All right, there we go. Box number 4. Again, like always, let me know what you guys think. And here we go. Box number 5. Here we go. Fanatics Blaster Box number 5. Pack number 1. Let's go. All right, we got the Red Sox, Spencer Steer, Brandon Marsh, Angel Martinez, Kyle Finnegan, the Yankees, Ceddanne Rafaela, the Braves, the Cubs, Jordan Alvarez, stars of the MLB, Topps Refractor, Adele Amador, and Grant McRae. John Gray, the O's, Eugenio Suarez, Freddie Freeman, Miguel Vargas, Alec Bohm, Gunnar Henderson, Joe Ryan, cool, Ted Williams in the 90s, Luis Robert Jr., stars of the MLB. In the tops, I've got Christopher Sanchez and Andrew Benintendi. Ryan Pepiot, the Red Sox, Zach Neto, Seth Lugo, Drew Thorpe, Ty France, Marco Gonzalez, Dalton Varsho. The American League leaders, Carlos Correa, stars of the MLB, Andrew Benintendi in the tops, and Christopher Sanchez. All right, every time, every box, you get the same guys over and over. It's interesting. Lars Nootbaar, Shea Whitcomb, Eloy Jimenez, Willie Castro, Greg Jones, Jordan Beck, Jackson Merrill, Lawrence Butler, Grapefruit, Brooks Lee, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Grant McRae, and Adele Amador. Chris Bassett, the AL RBI leaders, Tyler Stevenson, Zach Wheeler, Anthony Rendon, Renaud Blanco, Mitch Garver, Jesus Sanchez, Pete Fairbanks, Corey Seager, stars of the MLB, and Mason Wynn on the tops, followed by Brian Rocio. Christian Mena, Will Brennan, Dylan Cease, Michael McGreevy, Cameron Meisner, JJ Bleday, the Dodgers, Jake McCarthy. That's cool. All right. The Gunner on the 90. I like the 90s. My favorite part of it's been the subsets because of the history of the game. All right, James Wood in the stars of the MLB, Brady Singer, and Brian Dela Cruz. Paul Blackburn, Thairo Estrada, Tyler Phillips, Brandon Pfaadt, Otto Lopez, Leody Taveras, the Astros, Will Smith, Jose Caballero, Rafael Devers, stars of the MLB. I should have that whole set. Luis Rengifo in the tops, and Tyler Locklear. Clayton Kershaw, Sonny Gray, Zach DeZenzo, Seth Brown, Chris Sale, Colin Ray, Kevin Galsman, Nico Cavadas, Call to the Hall, Stan Musial, Brooks Lee, on the stars of the MLB, Andres Chaparro, and Emmanuel Klaus. And here we go, last pack, box number 5. Nick Gordon, Taj Bradley, the Reds, Nick Lodolo, the AL batting leaders, Rob Refsnyder, Francisco Alvarez, Logan O'Hoppe, Tarek Skubal in the sand glitter, I think. That's cool. Julio Rodriguez, stars of the MLB, Richie Palacios in the last of the tops, and Brent Rooker. So, box 5, you know the drill. Let me know what you think. Watch the whole thing, though, first. Here we go, box number 6. All right, sorry for the voiceover, but this is box number 6. These are a lot of fun to rip. Let's just dive into it. Oh, nice. Out of 99, it is a vintage stock retro of Christopher Sanchez. Pretty cool. I like how it's got the vintage logo up at the top. 81 out of 99. Nice. Shea Langiers in the tops. Cool. A first pitch of Chipper Jones. Drew Romo on the tops. Jeremy Pena on the Sand Glitter. Miles Mikolas on the Topps foil. The 1990 Ryan Sandberg, one of the players I was collecting in 1990. Cool. And Cole Ragans in the Topps foil board. All right, Joe Adell on the foil. And Joe Adell again on the Topps foil this time. Interesting how they do that. They double up on certain players sometimes. Anybody else have that happen when they were ripping? I know I've come across it a few times. Cool. Gunnar Henderson on the Grapefruit League. And I hit Adrian D. Castillo on the Topps foil board. Ahmed Rosario on the Topps foil. Nacho Alvarez Jr. in the 1990. And Teoscar Hernandez on the Topps foil. Geraldo Perdomo in the Topps. All right, that's going to do it for box number 6. Here we go. Box number 7 happening right now. Box number 7. Let's go. Roberto Clemente in the 1990. One of my favorite subsets. And Carlos Correa in the Topps foil board. Brian Wu on the Sand Glitter. Ryan Mountcastle on the Topps foil board. Nice. Paul Skeens in the greatest hits, followed by Mike Schmidt, Call to the Hall. The Marlins on the Topps. Cole Ragans on the foil board. Jonah Heim on the Topps foil. Jazz Chisholm Jr. in the 1990. Xavier Edwards in the Topps this time. Abraham Toro on the Topps. Dylan Cruz in the Grapefruit League. Jose Ramirez on the All Topps team. Very cool. And the Topps is the Tigers this time. Christopher Morel on the Topps. Awesome. Jackie Robinson in the 1990. Tanner Scott on the Topps foil board. All right, box number 7. Some cool hits. Here we go, box number 8. Box 8 of this mega rip, 11 boxes total. Here we go, let's rip. The National League batting average leaders, and that's numbered out of 2025. Hurst and Waldrop in the 1990. And the Dodgers in the Topps foil board. Nice. Logan O'Hop, and that's one of the pink foil boards. Pretty cool. Not numbered. Pete Fairbanks on the Topps foil. Cool. Ichiro in the call to the hall. Jesus Sanchez on the Topps. Lawrence Butler in the Topps. Reese Hines in the 1990. The American League home run leaders in the Topps foil board. Dalton Varsho in the Topps. Shohei Ohtani on the 2024 greatest hits. Joe Ryan on the Topps. Got Bryce Harper in the sand glitter. Gunnar Henderson on the Topps. Let's go O's. And Mike Trout on the 1990. Followed by the Diamondbacks on the Topps foil board. Another cool box. Few more to go. Box 9 happening now. This is going to be box number 9 out of 11 boxes on this mega rip of the Fanatics blaster boxes. Mark McGwire in the 1990, another guy I was chasing back in the day. And Lewis Robert Jr. in the Topps foil board. Carlos Narvaez in the Topps foil board. Call to the Hall of Ernie Banks. Matt Chapman on the Topps. Colt Keith on the Topps. All right, that's cool. Paul Skeens in the 1990. Elvis Martinez in the Topps foil board. Justin Verlander on the sand glitter. Jake Berger in the Topps. 2024's greatest hits, Shohei Ohtani. Max Schumann on the Topps. Teoscar Hernandez in the foil. The Padres in the Topps. Ichiro in the 1990. Corey Seager this time on the Topps. Some cool hits in box 9. Back to being able to talk to you guys though for box 10. Let's go. Welcome back. I know, box number 9 didn't have any sound, so I just kind of double timed it. I did have some pretty cool hits in that box. However, I'm back. Mic check, 1, 2. Just making sure. Fanatics box number 10. I ended up buying 9 the first time around because I was the max you could put in your cart. And then they ended up having like a promotion and I ended up grabbing 2 more of these boxes. I had like $15 in FanCast from the first purchase, and then I had like a $10 coupon that they sent me the other day. So I ended up grabbing 2 more of these Fanatics boxes. So it's opening day. I'm excited. Baseball starts today. I know technically it really started a little while ago. The Tokyo series happened with the Dodgers and the Cubs. Excited that baseball is back. Let's go O's. Let's rip. I'm ripping this pack right now. Like all the others, I'm getting 9 packs, 12 cards per pack. Pack 1. Starling Marte, Elly De La Cruz, Guardians, Andrew Vaughn, the National League wins leaders, Ronald Acuna Jr., Rhys Hoskins, Will Brennan, Grapefruit of Ronald Acuna Jr., Corbin Carroll, stars of the MLB, Nick Gordon on the Topps, one of those per pack, and then and Chris Sale is my last one. All right, so first pack, bearing some grapefruit. All right, next one. There we go. Let's go O's. Jackson Holliday, Nico Horner, Edwin Diaz, Pedro Paget, Brant Herter, Taylor Ward, Dylan Cease, Michael McGreevy, George Springer, and that is one of the pink parallels, Bryce Harper, stars of the MLB, Greg Jones, and Jose Altuve. Ceddanne Rafaela, the Braves, Gunnar Henderson, Joe Ryan, Michael Garcia, Nolan Arenado, Trey Sweeney, Paul Blackburn, Jazz Chisholm Jr. on the greatest hits, Shohei Ohtani on stars of the MLB, Marco Gonzalez on the Topps, and Randy Arozarena. I feel by the time I hit all these 11 boxes, I should have a full set, right? Might already have one. We'll see. All right, next pack. Dalton Varsho, their American League home run leaders, Lawrence Butler, Jesus Sanchez, Corey Lee, Ranger Suarez, Reese Hines, Thairo Estrada, Tyler Phillips, Paul Skeens on the stars of the MLB, and Ty France on the Topps. Carlos Correa, Ernie Clement, the National League RBI leaders, David Hamilton, Jordan Westberg, the Padres, Travis d'Arnaud, Lars Nootbaar, Shea Whitcomb, Julio Rodriguez, stars of the MLB, Freddie Freeman in the Topps, Dansby Swanson, Xavier Edwards, Jonah Heim, the Marlins, Ryan Mountcastle, Tyler Soderstrom, Rafael Devers, Mark Vientos, Seth Lugo, Johnny Bench, call to the Hall, Brooks Lee on the stars of the MLB, Ryan Pepiot, and Cade Povich. The O's are playing up in Toronto today, but it was delayed so far, so hasn't even started yet. Figured why not rip some packs in the meantime. Blake Dunn, Michael Toglia, Xander Bogart, Aaron Schunk, Nathaniel Lowe, the Braves, Austin Riley, the American League RBI leaders, Aaron Judge on the greatest hits, Dylan Cruz on the stars of the MLB, and John Gray on the Topps, Ezekiel Tovar on my last base card. So I'd like to hit some of these rookies on these Topps cards. Kenta Maeda, Mike Yastrzemski, Chase McDermott, Jordan Alvarez, Trevor McGill, Nathan Eovaldi, The Yankees, Tyler Stevenson, Zach Wheeler, Corbin Carroll in the foil parallel, Corbin Carroll in the stars of the MLB, Jackson Merrill on the tops, and Yu Darvish. All right, and my last pack. Here we go. Dylan Moore, Will Warren, Mike Tauchman, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ketel Marte, Shohei Ohtani, Christian Mania, Will Brennan, Adrian Beltre, and that's the first of my 90s that I've hit. Mike Trout, stars of the MLB, Jordan Beck on the tops, and Dylan Dingler as my final card. All right, box number 10. Not too bad, not too great. On to the next one. One more to rip. In the meantime, let me know in the comments below what you think of these hits. Have you gotten any of these Fanatics boxes? Are they even worth it? I spent a little bit on there. It's just like buying a hobby box, right? So we'll see. One more to go, and that's happening right now. All right, here we go. Fanatics Blaster Box number 11. These have been a lot of fun to rip, and I'm down to my last one. Got some celebrations to rip soon, so those should be pretty fun. I told myself I wasn't going to be buying any more Top Series 1, and then I ended up buying some more. Here we go. Alright, here we go, pack number 1. Edwin Diaz, Ceddanne Rafaela, the Braves, Marco Luciano, Dylan Cruz, Justin Verlander, Francisco Lindor, DJ Hers, Jackson Merrill on the foil, a parallel, looks like an aqua of some sort, not numbered, Kobe Mayo, stars of the MLB, Nolan Schanuel on the tops, so I should get one of those in every pack, and Marcus Stroman. One of those, 1 stars of the MLB, every pack. Pack 2. Xander Bogaerts, Aaron Schunk, Kenta Maeda, Mike Yastrzemski, Ranger Suarez, Rhys Hines, Hunter Green, Bradley Blaylock, Greatest Hits, Mike Yastrzemski, Aaron Judge, stars of the MLB, Reese Olson on the tops, and Mackenzie Gore. Chance McDermott, Jordan Alvarez, Dylan Moore, Will Warren, Mitch Keller, Ryan Bliss, Corbin Carroll, Charlie Blackmon, Jake Cronenworth, Ellie De La Cruz in the stars of the MLB, Logan Webb in the tops, and the Diamondbacks. Mike Tauchman, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jackson Holliday, Nico Herner, Jake Bloss, Tarek Skubal, Brooks Baldwin, Brenton Doyle, Shohei on the 90. I think I've already hit that one, but that one's a good one to hit. Shota Imanaga, stars of the MLB, the Reds on the tops, and Cody Bellinger. Gunnar Henderson, Joe Ryan, Dalton Varsho, the American League home run leaders, Logan Gilbert, Justin Robleski, Jeremy Pena, Isaac Paredes, Cactus League, Julio Rodriguez, Fernando Tatis Jr., the stars of the MLB, Brandon Nimmo in the tops, and Jacob Wilson. Lawrence Butler, Jesus Sanchez, Pete Fairbanks, the Dodgers, Brian Wu, Nick Sogard, Will Benson, Anthony Volpe, Kobe Mayo in the sand glitter, that's cool. Any of the rookies in a foil, cool with me. Jordan Alvarez, Ian Happ on the tops, and Jose Ramirez. Jake McCarthy, Will Smith, Jose Caballero, Nico Cavadas, Bryce Harper, Adam Mazur, Pete Crow Armstrong, the Red Sox, Tony Gwynn, 1990, Lewis Robert Jr., stars of the MLB, Jace Young, the tops. Just like I said, I'd like to hit those rookies in those, and Brian Hayes. The Guardians, Andrew Vaughn, Aaron Judge, Nacho Alvarez Jr., Michael Garcia, Bryson Stott, Ben Rice, Jose Ramirez, that'll be out of 2025, Manny Machado in the 90, Juan Soto, stars of the MLB, Cal Quantrill on the tops, and Rob Refsnyder. And my last pack of this mega rip, here we go. Lane Thomas, Connor Joe, Blake Dunn, Michael Toglia, Nolan Arenado, Trey Sweeney, Corey Lee, Andres Jimenez, Hae-Sung Kim, Matt Chapman, stars of the MLB, Sean Reynolds, the tops, and my last card is Francisco Alvarez. Alright, so that was one big mega rip. It was a lot of fun to rip. Are they worth it though? At the end of the day, Blaster Box comparatively to the Fanatics Blaster Boxes, I mean the tops foil boards are pretty cool. Does it make up the difference of the price? Were there actually pretty decent hits in here? I'm just collecting a set. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments right below. And if you want to see more of my collecting journey, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click that button right down below as well. And while you're doing that one, there's that like button. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you follow us at any of these other spots as well. Facebook, Insta, you know, all the social media jams. Thanks again for stopping by, checking this out. I'm Nate. This was It's All About the Hunts. And I'll catch you On the next time.